After a solid result in Miami, the Rowdies are red hot, roaring back into contention. And Leo Fernandez, the Rowdies host the Charleston Battery. It's next on ESPN+. Happy Pride Night. There is no better place to be in downtown St. Pete than Al Lang Stadium as the Tampa Bay Rowdies get ready to take center stage against the Charleston Battery. Hello, everybody. Welcome inside the booth. Great to be back. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. So, Ryan, last five, they are playing tremendous soccer right now.
True, the 10-day break they had off about a month ago, it gave this team a chance to redirect, refocus, and concentrate on practice. As a result, 12 goals, 4 conceded, 4 wins out of 5. They're back on track.
Charleston comes in tonight, a traditional Rowdies rival, but so many new faces in 2022, led by Augustine Williams, their top goal scorer.
Quintessential center forward. He can play with his back to the goal. He has great speed, can finish on crosses, and always looking for that through ball to tuck it past the goalkeeper. They look for him all the time in attack. 5 goals so far this season. He spearheads the up front.
And for the Rowdies, the Samba man, Leo Fernandez. We were hoping before the season he would find his old self. He's not only done that, he's playing some of the best soccer in his career.
He's answered the bell for coach on the number 10 position. He now uses his dribbling skills to create opportunities for himself and other people as well.
A couple injuries for the Rowdies. We'll get into those coming up next. It is Tampa Bay and Charleston. Here on ESPN+, we've got the kickoff from Al Lang. It's next.
Amortized 5-year debt schedule requisition.
Come a little closer, mon petit chou. Feel that fascination if you're there. I think that I like you. I think that I like you. I think that I like you.
I've been working for Baycare for 13 years.
Going on 20 years?
12 years.
15 years. 20 years. 5 years.
6 years.
15 years. 28 years.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Do you have what it takes to wear it? Find out at baycarecareers.org and see why Baycare is the only top-performing large health system in America that's also a best place to work.
I've been in Baycare for 5 years and my experience is great. I love it.
Baycare, humanity at work.
¿Puede un seguro médico ayudar a curar la soledad? ¿Puede cuidar a tu mejor amigo también? ¿O tomarte de la mano por 9 meses? ¿Puede estar disponible para ti a las 3 a.m.? ¿Puede estar contigo en cada paso? Nosotros sí lo creemos. ¿Qué más puede hacer un seguro médico para ti? Averígualo.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motor Cars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motor Cars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Just about set to go, moments away from kickoff. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Charleston Battery from downtown St. Petersburg. Before we get rolling, our starting lineups presented by Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. The 4-2-3-1 for the Battery. Hugo Farou gets the start in net tonight for Charleston. Also keep an eye on the big man in the back, Leyland Archer, who, Ryan, you think is one of the most underrated players in the game.
Defensive general in the back four. He's going to marshal the troops, keep them organized. And right in front of them, Booth and Schmidt are going to stay compact and try to play some counter-attack football. Pick up the reliable number 10, Chicharon Harmon, and that guy, Augustine Williams, to finish off the attack.
For the Tampa Bay Rowdies, in the back, Thomas Van Kazeel, recently acquired. The French Guyanan gets the nod for Tampa Bay. And how about those forwards? Jake LaCava on fire, and Lucky M. Kosana, a rare start tonight.
Well, usually a super sub, but this time he's going to start the match and play at least 60 minutes. He takes everything and make it simple, Drew. There's no overcomplicate anything. But what about Sabe Dalgard at left wing back and Connor Antley back at right wing back? Should be fun up and down those wings.
So a festive environment tonight here inside the stadium. Our referees, Alejo Calume, Ben Pilgrim, Brian Marshall, and Sergio Santana, as both teams get together at the midfield. The Rowdies in the green and gold. Charleston will wear the white and gold and black trim, respectively. Mention the injuries. Tonight, the Rowdies will have to battle through some. Brought to you by St. Anthony's Hospital. No Steven Dos Santos. Definitely that makes a difference. But also Armand Harris not available, and neither is Cal Gray.
Well, Armand was scheduled to start this match tonight. Something happened along the way, and now Seb Dalgard had to step in. That was a last-minute call. But Dos Santos out of form so far this season. Let's see if this injury could give him a chance to heal up and get back on track.
Take a look at the Rowdies and going to have that sip of water. It is going to be steamy out there tonight. 83 degrees our thermometer reads, but it feels like 93. You can cut the humidity with a knife. As you see Charleston getting ready to come in here. They're coming off their second victory of the year. They went 12 games without a victory, so confidence booming tonight, but still a long way to go. They're at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, new coach, Coach Casey Connor, taking over for Coach Ann Hauser, who was there since 1994, by the way. So Casey Connor comes in, tries to bring his own style of play, very direct, very electrifying. They try to get from one place to the other with as few passes as possible. But, Drew, they've been leaking goals. Too many goals leaking, 27 goals conceded in 13 games. That's 2.1 goals. I'm very good at math, Drew. That's 2.1 goals conceded every game. That's too much to overcome.
Yeah, Coach Casey, 40 years old, played 16 seasons as a pro. His final stint with the Columbus Crew before getting into coaching, and now settling in with the Battery. We're glad you're here and hope you settle in with us tonight. Should be fun. Tampa Bay and Charleston on Pride Night. And again, an awesome time to be a sports fan here in Tampa Bay. The Lightning in the Stanley Cup Finals, and the Rowdies playing some of the best soccer that they have played here in 2022. We're underway here at Al Lang.
Drew, just looking at the formations, that 4-2-3-1 that Charleston brings. We talk about the two fullbacks are going to come inside, and they're going to congest the middle as one of the keys to the game for Charleston, and have the two outside midfielders press the ball. For the Rowdies, they have to up the tempo. They are the host. They have to take the game to Charleston, dictate the pace, keep possession, and try and get on the scoreboard first.
Kosana will let Preston Kilwine go get it. Preston competing for the Rowdies in the U23s years back, and there is Lucky. He'll see some familiar faces on the other side tonight. Of course, Dominic Aduro is another who will likely come off the bench later. Spent 3 seasons here on this field competing for Tampa Bay.
You know, so many players have turned over since Dom Aduro has been here, but he's certainly going to know Jan Ekra, Leo Fernandez, and Aaron Guillen at the back.
Van Kazeel to Fernandez, who is tripped up. Took a shot from behind. Near handball there, will play on as Kilwine tapped it. And now Jan Ekra just outside the center circle for the Rowdies. Sebastian Dalgard, Lewis Hilton having another season of brilliance wearing the number 4.
You know, I don't think I've seen a person influence a team as much as Lewis Hilton has since he's come into since he's been a Rowdy. He has changed the trajectory of this club. Just the fact that he sets the tempo, and he's a great leader on the field as well.
Ball will belong to Tampa Bay. There's Van Kazeel. 3 yellows on the year, just 27 years old. He thinks his best soccer is still in front of them, but has become a bit of a journeyman here over the last few years, playing with Pittsburgh, then Birmingham, and then now with the Rowdies.
I tell you, the Rowdies have been keeping an eye on him, though. They've finally got their chance to snatch him up. He fits the bill, he presses a lot, and he's one of those consummate professionals and just fits into the team-first atmosphere. So when the Rowdies got a chance to sign him, it was a gem they were bringing in.
Battery works slowly. Arthur Patterson, the touch. Get it in the middle of the park. Make the Rowdies defense move. Hilton gets a piece, and now Lawrence White.
Well, funny to see Lawrence White in the heart of the centre-back position now. But he's done so well for the Rowdies this season, just covering through injured centre-backs. Here he is again now. Coach Collins couldn't stop talking about him in the pre-game media call.
Yanekra threads the needle. Leo Fernandez, left side. That's where he feels he's at his best. Ball is tapped, and it will be collected by Hugo Faru. So Leo nearly breaking free here in the 4th minute.
Well, lovely run through the channels, but Leo Fernandez just couldn't get the handbrake down and get to full speed. Leland Archer hot on the heels, and eventually the Brazilian just couldn't get the shot off.
Charleston is confident as they've been all year, coming off that 3-0 result against Pittsburgh. But again, team very much still in the meshing process. The Rowdies think they can really take advantage of that here tonight as Cochran will tap it out.
You know, as much as the Rowdies have won 4 of the last 5 games, we talked about the biggest win of their season, Charleston, that 3-0 win over Pittsburgh. But the game right before that, they lost 4-3 to Indy. That's 6 goals they've scored in the last 180 minutes. So they've come in here with a lot of confidence. And the Rowdies have their wits about them, despite Charleston's record.
Yeah, just going down the roster, Ryan, when you see first year, it is incredible, the inexperience, the youth. But again, lots of talent in White here tonight. Connor Antley now sizing things up on the right wing. Van Kazeel, and now Hilton. Hilton hits Antley. Antley so dangerous from that point as he tries to cross it in. It'll be tapped out, and the Rowdies will have a throw.
Since coming to the Rowdies and playing that right wing back position, his service drew from the side has gotten better and better.
And not only that, Connor Antley is the loudest Rowdy. Just ask Jake LaCava, as we did earlier this week. He says at practice, you can hear Antley from the Hilton next door. Taken away, nicely done. And now Augustine Williams. And the Battery here with a quick counter. This is Cicero. 2 goals on the season for him. Van Kazeel comes up to challenge. And we have got a foul as Williams goes down.
He's not going to have an easy 30 seconds tonight. Augustine Williams is going to have a body right on his shoulder or in his hip pocket for the entire evening.
Andrew Booth, nice touch. Goal and a couple assists for the former Greenville Triumph. Coming up through the ranks. Was able to win a championship in League One a couple years back. Now from the corner, Dahlgaard able to dig it out. Lewis Hilton looking for Antley. Van Kazeel. And Emko Sana now in the neighborhood.
You know, this man on the ball right now, AJ Patterson, played 60 minutes for the entire season. But I guess what? A little bit of familiarity. He's one of the few players on this roster that knows this Rowdies team and their style of play pretty well. And it's funny to see AJ Patterson getting back his starting role tonight at left back.
Okay, he's played well against the Rowdies in the past.
Yes.
A little bit of pressure now. Andrew Booth backtracking, and there is Mr. Patterson.
You know, Grenadian international, born in Key Largo, Key West, from Grenadian parents, has represented the island in international duty.
Really Really strong attacker for the Battery. Now in the 8th minute, Charleston working that right side. Augustine Williams again. He's been active here in the early going. Rowdy certainly knowing where he is at all times.
Not going to allow him to turn and get his players involved. Not going to allow him to turn and take players on. You want to keep his back to the goal. That's where he can be the least effective.
Throw in coming for the Battery. A little bit of contact inside the box, and that'll be a foul as Lewis Hilton goes down. What type of game does Charleston want to play here tonight?
I think they want to stick to Casey Connor's idea of being direct. They don't want to hold on to the ball like the Rowdies do. Casey Connor, of course, coming in here, former U.S. international, but coming in with a blank slate, new players coming in, and you want that. You want the dressing room to have a fresh idea, fresh players to buy into the coach's philosophy. Connor Casey, rather. Sorry. So they want to buy into his theory.
He is the man with 2 first names.
Anyway, so they don't want to hold on to possession like the way the Rowdies do. The Rowdies want to go side to side and draw this thing out. Charleston want to go north-south and get to that 18-yard box with Augustine Williams on the end of it.
Tampa Bay now building from the back here in the 9th minute. And Kosana with the header. And now Tampa Bay with Lewis Hilton applying pressure, coming up with the steal. Hilton, right side, shot off the crossbar. LaCava had nearly an open net.
Well, we talked about the Rowdies enjoying possession, that style of play, but they will counter press every time. And look at Lewis Hilton, just hesitates and just delicately passes to LaCava, opens his body up, just raises his head up too early, Drew. Remember what my coach said when in high school, when you hear the crowd roar, that's when you raise your head. If you raise your head up too soon, the ball will follow.
Over the top now, Fernandez trying to chase it down. Should be a goal kick here for the Charleston Battery. These two teams have played 9 times just over the past few seasons. Tampa Bay and Charleston, they have developed quite a rivalry. Rowdies meeting them also, of course, in the postseason. It doesn't feel the same. Coach Anhauser, again, meant so much to this side.
I mean, USL Hall of Fame player, coach, such an influence on this club. Huge holes to fill for Casey Connor.
DJ Harmon now trying to get through. He'll go down inside the box, was looking for contact, and we play on. Jake LaCava trying to fight through. There is the great Leyland Archer.
Like a Mercedes-Benz, Drew. Took his time, no panic. But I think there's going to be an injury here on the Jamaican booth. Possibly the most industrious player for this Charleston Battery team. So influential in recoveries, like a Lewis Hilton. May not have the touch of the pass, but has that energy, box to box. Very valuable player for this Charleston setup.
So Rowdies will throw it in behind Connor Antley. Tapped out. And we'll go the other way now.
You know, it's one of those things where the linesman looks at the referee and the referee looks at the linesman. They're like, we're not sure.
So here's LaCava. Rowdies with another opportunity. That was an outstanding turn. It's Dahlgard now trying to race to the end line where he does some of his best work, and Tampa Bay will have a corner kick.
That is some brilliant 1v1 defending by Looks to be St. Martin, the right back tonight. Just brilliantly, just tracking back. Seb Dalgard showed him the right foot and went to the left. And the right back for Charleston didn't budge, stayed right on him.
First corner kick for the Rowdies here in the 13th minute. Lewis Hilton is the in-swinger. Hilton goes short, back to Dalgard. Lewis up top now, Lawrence White. White, the locomotive in the back for Tampa Bay. Antley, and now Ekra.
Just want to take that back. That one brilliant piece of 1v1 defending was by the defensive midfielder, Joe Schmidt, number 15. Again, another new face, another great addition to this Charleston team. Still settling down. His role is to sit right in front of the back four, protect the back four.
Oh, a little bit of a dust up here as Aaron Guillen. Got to be careful. A little bit frustrated, and Sachero was right there with him, and Guillen going to draw the yellow here for the way he responded. And let's see if one is dealt on the other side as well.
Here's the replay again. Chichero committed to the tackle, gets the foul, and Aaron Guillen, whatever Chichero did, he definitely hit it well. And I tell you what, as a center back in the opening 13 minutes, now you're on a yellow card. A coach cringes when he sees that, because a yellow card needs to be used for tackling, not for that.
Exactly. Van Kazeel. I think it was the way Guillen responded and the way that he was landed upon. He felt like perhaps the player maybe shoved his head into the ground.
Yeah, used him as the landing pad.
White blasts it upfield.
Oh,
beautiful ball to Antley. Antley just nearly was able to reel it in. And now this is Harmon. He's double teamed. Fernandez comes out of there with it. Crowd appreciates the effort. Attack him from the middle. Amkosana couldn't stay on his feet. Joseph Schmidt, his first season. Another bright young star for this Battery side.
I tell you what, Lucky Amkosana is one of the best finishers in this game, but not the best with holding the ball with his back to the goal.
This is Ekra finding feet. Van Kazeel, lots of open space to work. He'll send it in. Amkosana right there. Could not get a piece. Schmidt tries to clear, and there's Ekra.
A beautiful ball by Van Kazeel, looking for Lucky Amkosana. Great job by Charleston, staying disciplined. I think it was Leland Archer was right on top of Amkosana, not giving him an inch.
And now it's Faroux, the 25-year-old Frenchman. 14 saves on the year. Conceded 6 times in goal tonight.
You know, between Kilwine and Leland Archer, both 6'4" centre backs. That's 2 big boys back there, Drew.
Clearly can see the game plan for the Battery here in this match. Slow things down. Do not let Tampa Bay run them out of the park like they do so many teams.
Yep, Rowdies pressing really high and looking for any sort of mistake. And that 4-2-3-1 is going to give Charleston some width. As we see Chichero on one side and Booth on the other.
Well, visit Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. You can plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. So excited you're here. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our phenomenal TV crew bringing you Rowdy Soccer here on ESPN Plus against the Charleston Battery. Scoreless here, 17th minute. Leo Fernandez. He has become so much for the Rowdies in his time here, but he has now taken over the PKs. If it comes to that, he has delivered in clutch situations.
He's like the patriarch on the field now. Everyone looks to him. He is the legend of this club. With Guenzati in and out of the lineup, and another collision with Williams now. This might be another yellow card.
Augustine Williams with the goodwill gesture, I think trying to avoid a yellow. And a little talking to by Alejo Calume.
You could see Charleston though, look how high they're pressing. Really want to force the action, continue this run that they're on, this confidence that they have.
Sebastian Dahlgaard back to Ekra. Ekra switches the point of attack. Connor Antley. He can get you backpedaling for sure. Good job though holding his ground by Arthur Patterson.
Yep, Patterson had that read the entire way, knowing that Connor Antley was going to want to go back to his right eventually. Patterson being a left footer goes right to his strong side. Oh. If anybody wants to know why Ian Ekra is in the lineup more often than not, it's because of that. Just such an all-round player, reads the game well.
Dahlgaard, nifty move. Trying to find Fernandez. Ball was sent out. Lawrence Wyke heading it up with Guillen. How about that teamwork?
And that's what Lawrence Wyke can give you, a midfielder playing that centre-back role.
Right back to Antley. How about that play by Wyke? Boy, Wyke able to gather it in, get the Rowdies right back into their attack.
Yep, so good with the ball at his feet. And look at Seb Dahlgaard, a right footer. Everybody's waiting for him to go right, but comfortable going back left.
Rowdies controlling possession here in this first half. Van Kazeel, right side, Antley. Handball. Rowdies want it, and there it is.
This me, yep, here it comes.
There's the yellow. Yes, indeed.
That collision with the goalkeeper a couple of minutes ago, and the referee spoke to Augustine Williams. He was literally, if he breathed on anyone or the ball, was going to get a yellow card. That was it. Whether it was inadvertent or not, the referee knew that Williams was on his last chance before getting cautioned.
Player down for Charleston, and we'll blow it dead. You see the card dealt to Augustine here in the 20th minute. And let's see who went down here. Emko Sana was right there where it happened.
I tell you what, Leland Archer dropped like a ton of bricks, and had to have been something right into the mouth or nose area, because it just almost shut him down for a second.
You know, rarely do you see Leland Archer go down like he did. He is such a tough defender in the back.
Yeah, and maybe an elbow, maybe a shoulder, but lucky Emko Sana is a veteran for a reason, knows every trick in the book. And if you're going to play for a Coach Collins team, you're going to have to fight for every single possession. And remember, your forward is your first defender.
Van Kazeel and Antley redirecting, and the Rowdies will control.
You know, just touching back on Charleston again, because they've started to score goals, but one of the symptoms that they were showing that caused them to have an imperfect start to the season is that they had a 10% conversion rate, Drew, in front of goal. That means chances were being created. The ball was getting to dangerous areas. Just the forwards and Romario Piggott and company just weren't finishing, weren't putting the ball on target. And that just dug their team into a deeper and deeper hole. And they just couldn't get any goals to get pressure off of their backs.
How about this ball from Hilton? Van Kazeel in stride over to Antley. Connor Antley, again, a little hesitation. Ball came right back to him. And now the Battery will once again try and counter, and a bit of a hip check there on Andrew Booth. Well, celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. That's Select, League's choice, player's choice.
Well, Andrew Booth set the bait, and Lewis Hilton bit as hard as he could. He showed him the ball, and as soon as Hilton engaged, he just pushed the ball ahead of him. And at that time, Lewis Hilton just collided into Booth. Easy call for the referee.
You know, games in the middle of June just feel a little bit different, don't they? You walk up here to the booth and you have to bring that extra handkerchief, right? That extra bottle of cold water. I mean, it is certainly a test to the stamina for these players.
For those who don't know, Drew Felios walks to the AC control unit every 5 minutes and adjusts the thermostat as we move on and prepare for the game, just to let you know. So yes, things are a little bit different during summertime in St. Petersburg. Oh, beautiful.
Van Kazeel redirecting. Boy, he looks so comfortable playing throughout in this game. And now it's LaCava. LaCava trying to send it through. Lucky could not shake free. As both teams here go back and forth in the 24th minute.
I like the idea of LaCava wanting to come through the middle and not using the usual channels of going out wide for the Rowdies. Become a little less predictable.
Weick always north and south. Sebastian Daugard now far side. Jan Ekra had that injury-plagued first year here in Tampa Bay, and then has just been so instrumental for this club over the past few seasons. Weick trying to elude Williams. Weick another touch. And it's going to be over everybody as Daugard watches it sail out. Lots of soccer to be played here for Tampa Bay. Nearly 19 games to go on the schedule. Interesting. We asked Jake LaCava earlier this week. If you look at Sebastian Daugard there. Jake LaCava, we asked him, Ryan, what's been the game where things really changed the most for this team? What game did you use to grow? He said no brainer, Orlando City.
Yeah.
When everything just started to click in Open Cup play. You think Open Cup, what does it mean? You're playing for the Open Cup, but it meant a lot more to this team.
You know, even though they lost that game against an MLS quality side like Orlando City, that's a great lead by Conantly. Ooh, offside.
Oh, Lucky trying to keep that flag down. Couldn't do it.
The Rowdies had such a good showing in Orlando during that Open Cup game. They dominated that first half. They dictated the play despite going down a goal. And I think everyone got that belief of how good they can be, how destructive this team can be when they're in full flow. And they started to get that flow. Then the break came, and then came Phoenix.
Yeah, probably the best played game from start to finish for the Rowdies on national TV. Here we are tonight. 7-3-5, 26 points, third in the East. Right now, looking for more. This is Piggott. Charleston trying to control some of this tempo. Arthur Patterson now. Leyland Archer. Trying to connect the dots. This is Piggott. Across the midfield line, and they just cannot keep possession.
And they're not really built to keep possession. The personnel on the field for this Charleston Battery team is really a counter press sort of team. They're going to press high up, trying to cause a mistake, disrupt things in the middle, and try to get the ball to Piggott and Augustine Williams as quick as they could. So them trying to hold on to the ball and maintain possession. They only average 46% possession a game. So they usually give up possession more often than not.
Van Kazeel. It's really tough to win here, and that is the case. Hilton. No shots this far for the Battery. Rowdies had a great chance off the crossbar from Jake LaCava. Lawrence Wyke.
Oh.
Right past the feet of Fernandez. You really like Fernandez with that position switch, don't you?
I do. I think as he's gotten older, you know, his touches have gotten even better, but his, you know, his stamina may not be at what it used to be 5 years ago. Again, still incredibly effective at left wing or left midfield, but coming inside, he can then dictate the play with his passing, his short passing, rather than his crosses. And it's easier to be more influential on the field when you're 10 yards from the 18-yard box rather than 20 and 25 yards.
Back to LaCava. Well done. Jake attacking now to the end line, looking for Lucky. Ball just cut off at the last moment.
We just talked about the Samba man. Back heel into LaCava's path. Brilliant.
Rowdies aren't done yet. Here they come once more. The cross. Jake LaCava, he has meant so much to this club in 2022. And a great feature story done on him this week. He is from New Milford, Connecticut. And the great Jeff Tewksbury, Fox 13, talked about the famous Lover's Leap Bridge. A bridge, kind of, as Jake LaCava describes, is sort of like a Romeo and Juliet experience. Meet at the bridge, jump off together. Sounds like your perfect love story, right, Ryan? We can both relate.
I was wondering where you were going to go with this, but yeah, okay. Nice. Lover's Leap Bridge in Connecticut.
It's been there since the 1800s.
Wow.
LaCava.
A lot of lovers leaping off of that bridge in the last couple of centuries, huh?
Yep. Take the leap. 30th minute. Still looking for our first goal. Rowdies with some pretty decent chances here in the first half out.
You know, you look at this Charleston Battery team with Patterson. And we look out at Matt Sheldon at right back, and they're both staying pretty close to their center backs. And they're making their two outside midfielders push out wide in Harmon and Chicharo. So they're the ones pressuring the wing backs for the Rowdies, while the full backs are staying nice and tight. It looks like we're going to have a hydration break here. But yeah, definitely staying as compact as they could, Drew, to avoid any goals being scored in this first half.
Both teams will head to the sidelines, get hydrated. Take a look at Ralph's Mob, Skyway Casuals. Stephen Cundiff there, providing the atmosphere as he does for every Rowdies home match. Well, at Boat, we make the best gear for you to enjoy life on the water, from paddle boards to floating docks, committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation, style, and design to help you stand apart. Stop by our St. Pete store to get the Boat experience. A little bit different experience for the Rowdies here tonight. Neil Collins not available. The Rowdies with a different man on the sidelines. John Stead, of course, taking the reins. He's done a great job this year in his first season with Tampa Bay as Coach Collins pursuing that UEFA Pro license.
Yep, taking that next step in regards to getting his credentials. John Stead, look at the intensity. Trying to get on this 11, making sure that they're playing at the best of their ability. What any coaching staff should do.
Also got Stuart Dobson, great goalkeeping coach.
Drew, and that's Lily. We met Lily before the game, and there she is at her first soccer game. Hello, Lily.
Had a lot of visitors tonight before the game, trying to get a glimpse of the great Ryan Davis.
You know, I have to say this though. Casey Connor has to be very impressed with this Charleston team so far. May not have gotten a shot on goal as yet, but defensively, they have been as sound as a pound, man. They have been as disciplined as you can get, intense. in the midfield. Connor Casey, not Casey Connor, as I butcher it one more time. I'm gonna have to write this guy an apology note. Felios Drew, how are you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. Not bad, Davis Ryan.
Maybe we could start a trend.
Well sent out here by Farouk. Andrew Booth. And here's Patterson. Looked like hours before this match we could have the threat of rain, but thankfully the threatening clouds were able to move away, pass through very quickly. Mother Nature's been very kind to the Rowdies this year.
Yep, for those who don't live in Florida, this time of the year, you buckle up, hang on to your seatbelt, and hope it isn't thunderstorm on your head when it comes 5 o'clock.
Here's Fernandez. Leo will let it go. Goal! Fernandez with a blast, and the Rowdies on the board.
Well, the Saba man has taken the responsibilities yet again on his shoulder. The penalty last week against Miami, and just took this ball right down the throats of Charleston Battery, and just a daisy cutter, Drew, is cutting the daisies along the way and nestled into the bottom corner. No chance for Hugo Farouk. And the Brazilian is playing his drums.
5th goal of the year for Leo Fernandez. Hugo Farouk does not know what hit him. The Rowdies lead 1-0.
And that is why you play him at the number 10 position. He can take the ball right down the heart of the defense and either dictate the pass or finish with something spectacular like that. Something out of nothing.
What a blast, doing it all by himself. Had 4 defenders around him and did not blink.
Correct. No problems on Charleston's part. Everybody stayed disciplined. Everybody stayed with their markers. But when somebody does something as individual as that, you take the game plan and just toss it over your shoulder. Can't do anything about that.
Longest tenured Tampa Bay Rowdy. Leo Fernandez comes up big in the 35th. Hilton and Tampa Bay wanting another. There are some open spaces in that Battery defense. Doggard, shifty all night. LaCava, look out. Tried to turn it around and just could not square it up.
Well, not much space in the 18-yard box. And excellent defending again by Charleston, staying with their markers. And LaCava just tried to swivel and get any sort of contact with his left foot and put it on frame. In the end, spliced it wide.
Coach Stead got to be happy as Rowdies lead.
Talk about a sigh of relief now for Coach Stead. You think he was just shouting at Leo Fernandez in that when they gathered in the H2O break?
Whatever he said, the Rowdies took note. Andrew Booth goes down. Shift it right side. Charleston attacking. Aaron Guillen with the header. Jan Ekra slowly trying to get out of trouble. And the Rowdies will throw it in on the far side. Lucky taps to Doggard, and now Ekra. Leo Fernandez on the board for Tampa Bay. Talked so much about Leo's play. Remember, he was the lone goal in the USL championship match against Orange County back in November, a night that all Rowdies fans want to forget. But when you ask Coach Collins about that night, the one glaring positive, it was that guy right there, number 11, who scored the goal. He said, had we left him in, I think we could have tied, maybe won that match. That's how good Leo was playing in the postseason last year.
Yep, he got the goal and had to come off the field shortly thereafter, and that changed the things right back into Orange County's favor. And credit to Orange County, they took their chances and put the Rowdies in an awkward position.
Augustine Williams way offside. Well, start your Saturday with another USL on ESPN matinee. Hartford Athletic welcomes Louisville City to the Nutmeg State. Don't miss the action. Saturday, June 25th, 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, powered by Hisense.
True. This is when the human effect starts to kick in. Charleston so disciplined, so intense in the opening 30 minutes. You get a brilliant goal like that and shoulders drop a little bit. You start taking longer breaths and you're not as intense, and that's the last thing Charleston need right now.
Rowdy's still working. Jake LaCava. LaCava. If I had told you at the beginning of the season, Ryan Davis, that the Rowdies would have only 2 combined goals by their big guns, Dos Santos and of course the great Seba Guenzati, and been in this position, 3rd in the East, with only that amount of scoring from their 2 stars, would you have believed me?
I would say sell every stock that you have and make a run for the hills.
I've done that recently, but continue.
Yeah. But yeah, no, and you know, Jake LaCava, he'll be doing the feature on him tonight, and that's great timing because he has stepped up with 6 goals. He has filled the void. Leo Fernandez, 4 goals. That's 10 goals between those 2. And neither of them are playing center forward. They're both playing in number 10 positions. Oof.
Fernandez hoping to get it back. Lucky looking for him. He was clearly tripped as Kalume quickly in there with the Barbasol, and the Rowdies will have a free kick.
Yep, Kalume took his time, thought about it, got the picture in his mind, and then made the call. Here's making that run again. And there's the collision by Patterson and Booth. And that's why you play him in that position. Now, look where the ball is. No longer far out on the left-hand side, but on top of the 18-yard box for a chance for either Fernandez or Hilton to have a shot on goal. I'll tell you what, Drew, I'm a betting man. This is favored for the left footer. The number 11 has every right to try to curl this one into the near post.
Leo Fernandez sizing it up. There's the wall from the battery. 4 men combining, led by Mauro Cicero. And it's going to be Leo with the strike. Oh, tremendous save. Hugo Farou flying to his left.
Well, he hit it so sweetly, Leo Fernandez. Bend it perfectly over the wall. Enough dip, enough curl. And Farou, good save in the end. It was still central. One more foot to his left and it may have gone into the net. Good shot, good save.
That took every bit of Farou extending and stretching out to get that save. Fernandez nearly had the brace. Now Lewis Hilton sizing things up. Sends it in with the left foot, headed out.
He was in the mood, Drew, Leo Fernandez, and Lewis Hilton is feeling it as well.
Fernandez feels like he can do anything at the moment. Oh! Gets it back! Oh. Tapped in by Lucky, but the offside.
Looks like Leo Fernandez was a hairline offside when the pass came back to him. Oof.
Crowd was waiting to explode.
Here it is again. That's the 1-2 with LaCava, and we can't tell from this angle.
Oof.
Was Schmidt, who has his hand up in the air, was he the guy in line?
And we're gonna have another yellow. This one dealt to Lewis Hilton. Going down hard is Cicero. So Cicero going down hard. He's been the most physical battery player out there up to this point. I think the Rowdies get a little bit frustrated about how easily those elbows are getting distributed.
Yeah, Cicero is a big body. Remember the one with Aaron Guillen a couple of minutes ago, and there's Lewis Hilton. Always committed to the tackles. A famous saying that they say where Lewis Hilton is from is get stuck in. And that is getting stuck in. Be intense.
Antley for Mkosana. Another flag up. Saw several offsides called by officials against the Rowdies in that Lou City game. Seems like it was an excessive number, and they're kind of rearing their ugly head here tonight. Harmon gets it back. Little chip. Trying to get position is Williams. Williams and Guillen really going at it. But that was really physical.
Well, if Augustine Williams touched that ball, it'll be the first time. Oh, good hit.
Battery trying to size one up. Joseph Schmidt.
It would have been the first time that they have actually touched the ball in the opposing team's box tonight. They have not gotten a chance to work the ball into the 18-yard box of the Rowdies. It just goes back to that game plan. See how high they're pressing, trying to find a mistake, an error to counter press. He's in.
Here comes Antley. Connor Antley. Little hesitation. Now cuts it back. Waiting for help. It's a little slow getting there. Crowd wants a foul, and they'll get it. A little bit of words afterwards from Leyland Archer and Connor Antley. Two players that come from the same system, Tormenta FC in South Georgia.
That's right. Two players from that same area. They know each other well. And Leyland Archer, as soon as he stopped the first pass, was never going to let Connor Antley turn and face him again. Trinidadian and Tobagonian, Leyland Archer, went to the prestigious high school called Fatima College. And he's been well renowned since his high school days in the island.
Speaking of Caribbean soccer, Jordan Scarlett, the big call up. We'll talk about that in the second half, Ryan. I know how excited you were for him earlier this week.
Absolutely. The man from Montego Bay returns.
Fernandez, another shot, nearly found its way through the crowd. Everything he is touching right now is dangerous as we see the 3 minutes extra time put up.
He's been so aggressive, Drew, even on the dead balls. He puts that ball right into the corridor of uncertainty where defenders are thinking twice about committing towards the ball.
Another corner kick for the Rowdies. They bring it out slowly with Fernandez and Hilton teaming up. Lewis Hilton gives it a ride. Coming through, Faroux with his hand on it. Antley got caught up in traffic.
Great punch by Faroux. Brilliant punch by Faroux. Took all the pressure off his center backs, commanded his 6-yard box, and took the air out of the situation.
Give Charleston some credit here as it looked like the Rowdies were on the verge of adding another goal, maybe two, and the Battery weathering the storm here in the first half.
Well said, Drew. And they could, if they take this thing into just at 1-0 at the half, it is very manageable rather than down 2 or 3. So like you said, manage the game well despite being down a goal.
Lucky. Lewis Hilton again. That engine never stops going. Left side, Dahlgaard. Cutting it back. Dahlgaard shot, another tip. Faroux denies him.
Well, the last 3 occasions, he's gone back to his left foot. Not this time. Seb Dahlgaard goes and plays his trump card. Goes onto the right foot, his stronger foot, and unleashes a bullet. Again, another strong punch by Faroux.
Faroux has been peppered in this first half. Rowdies knocking on the door again. Tampa Bay offensively relentless here in this first session. Do it one more time. The outswing by Hilton. Charleston has not had a corner in the first half, but they'll get the ball back here.
Brilliant service by Hilton again. Good defending by Charleston. It was lucky M. Kasana and Van Keizil at that back post. The man can put a ball on a dime, Lewis Hilton.
Lots coming up at the half. We'll size up the Rowdies. Great progress they've made over the past month. And we'll also talk about the progression of USL talent, how they are starting to go all over the world for tremendous opportunity. How this league is continuing to shine. Great franchises, great managements, and great talent across the board. First session in the books. The Rowdies with a goal, thanks to the longest tenured Rowdy, Leo Fernandez. 1-0 your score at the half. Visit Tampa Bay halftime show coming up after this on ESPN+.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motor Cars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motor Cars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Loud flavor.
The mayor must see this.
Hey, wait!
Flavor.
Mayor.
We bring flavor.
Whoa.
Citizens, I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
I help weight loss patients make lifestyle changes.
I give patients the tools they need to overcome obesity.
I help patients live longer.
I educate patients on the entire weight loss process.
I promote healthy habits with a healthy dose of compassion.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Every day, our bariatric teams achieve the results to wear it. Take the first steps toward permanent weight loss at baycarebariatrics.org.
I get up every morning with an opportunity to change someone's life. How cool is that?
Baycare, humanity at work.
Welcome back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Our score at the half, 1-0. Tampa Bay Rowdies lead the Charleston Battery. Great to have you with us, Drew Felios, alongside Ryan Davis. You know, the last time that we were actually here in this stadium, it was May 21st, and the standings look a lot different than they do right now. In fact, at the time, the Rowdies were 5th in the table. Lou City, Pittsburgh, Memphis, Detroit City. Tampa Bay was looking up. Miami, Indy 11, 6 and 7, respectively. But over the past 5 matches, things have certainly changed. Here we are going into today. Detroit City had a pretty good outing earlier today, but you look at the Rowdies now 3rd.
I think what Coach Collins said it, and he said it best. I think players got into shape. I think players got refocused. I think the fatigue factor was a factor at the beginning. So many games in such a short period of time. And I think that 10-day break we spoke about at the beginning of the broadcast made all the difference. The refocus was there, and a focus on practicing the things that make them effective. And then they brought that back into the game, and Phoenix was the one that just brought the confidence level up and changed the entire trajectory of the season.
So the Rowdies just 3 points off the leader. Memphis 901 FC. You got to wonder, how long can Memphis stay up atop the table? We've got much more coming up here in this Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. A special feature, and also we'll size up the second half, get you ready for that. You're watching Rowdies Soccer. Beautiful night in downtown St. Pete on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to Al Link Stadium. Tampa Bay Rowdies 1-0 over the Charleston Battery. Great to have you with us, everybody. I'm Drew Felios. This, of course, being a World Cup year, let's talk about soccer infrastructure overall and how the USL is really affecting things. We've seen athletes mature and perform through USL leagues and move on to some of the biggest soccer stages in the world. Well, this week, the league's all-time transfer record was broken when Orange County SC, they completed the transfer of an 18-year-old center back, Kobe Henry, to Stade de Reims in League One, the top tier of soccer in France. Kobe, the U.S. Youth International, is currently enjoying some downtime in Miami before his preseason begins in France. He sat down earlier with Eric Ronaldo, who was one of the first Americans to play in Europe, to discuss his journey.
You were a player that was sought after. You could have done this differently, but you chose to play in USL. Why did you take this pathway?
I believe that the USL had a better pathway for me to reach my goals. Orange County had a great plan and set for me to go and do big things in my career.
The first part of that dream is to be signed in a club in Europe. Where's your head right now?
I've dreamed of this moment since I was a little kid, playing in the biggest stadiums and over in Europe, overseas, so this is really a dream come true for me.
Kobe, since day one he came in and he understood what his role was, just to grab all the information he could. He's on a journey to fulfill a bigger pathway, which was going to Europe.
Deflected out by Kobe Henry.
You're in Europe, and you look back at how you got there. Talk to me about making that decision and now how good you feel about it working out.
At Orange County, they had a pathway set for me every day to try and develop and get more game time so I could eventually make the move over to Europe. That's always been my passion and my dream. And now that I've made the move, I'm just really excited and ready to get to work.
What does it mean now to send one of your players off to a level that a lot of people didn't think was possible, but he's done it through your tutelage?
Hopefully that just sort of ignites a real movement throughout the USL that other clubs take our lead and we start developing top talent. It's a job of us as an organisation and as a league to try and develop the next superstar. Kobe joined us with a lot of potential, but Kobe's real super strength is his mindset, his ability to learn. He has an environment around him that we try and give him that nourishment, but ultimately we can only give him the food. It's down him to apply it, and he's done that on a daily basis, and obviously he's reaping the rewards for that.
With Kobe's transfer into Stade de Reims, what that has done for the league and for us as a club, now a lot more players are looking at the USL as a development because it's very clear we control the players' rights 100%. We can sell the players as soon as he's ready to be sold. I think every team in the USL has the opportunity now to learn that you can develop players while still competing for championships, and you don't have to do one without the other.
You are young, but what would you say to the next kid? If you had the chance to have an influence, what would you tell them?
I would say to explore the USL League for sure, especially a club such as Orange County. They had a whole plan set for me, and together we've gone through and achieved every single thing and ticked every single box.
Yeah, congratulations to Kobe as USL Soccer has continued to flourish. Downtown St. Pete on a beautiful Saturday night. 1-0, Rowdies over Charleston. We'll be back in a
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m.? Or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
New Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda.
Loud flavor.
The mayor must see this.
Hey, wait!
Flavor, 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 flavor.
Mayor.
We bring flavor.
Flavor.
Whoa. Citizens, I declare Bud Light Seltzer Hard Soda the loudest flavors ever.
What is fetchable storage? It's the best parts of today's moving and storage options combined. It's your storage unit on a truck that you drive. You save time by only loading it once. You save money, and it's easy and safe. Just fetch your storage container, fill it up, and bring it back. We'll take it from there. Visit redrovers.com now for a free month storage. Red Rovers Fetchable Storage saves you time and money.
Welcome back to the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Rowdies lead 1-0. We get you ready now for half number 2. And in that first half, if you're looking for a halftime summary, Rowdies start a little bit slow. Leo Fernandez delivers, and he was the best player on the field during that session.
He had to step up and do something brilliant. Charleston were fantastic, disciplinary-wise, defensively. They kept their marks, held it together, frustrated the Rowdies for most of the time until Lewis Hilton broke up this play, took it right down the throat, laid it off to LaCava, head up too soon, Drew. That could have been goal number 7. Technique let him down, and Charleston will let off the hook.
Rowdies with several chances. Jake LaCava off the crossbar, and then Fernandez. Watch him gather here and a full head of steam.
That was 3 players he went past, and then just dropped this bullet right on the ground. Daisy cutter took out all the flowers out of your mother's garden, and now it's 1-0 Rowdies.
Rowdies with a free kick, and Leo nearly comes through again.
Yep, just bends his ball into the near post. A lovely save by Farouk, but the Brazilian was feeling it in the first half. Seb Dalgard goes his left foot and it just cuts back on the right. Another great shot, great save by the keeper. And the Rowdies finally woke up because Leo Fernandez was dictating the pace and put them in a 1-0 lead after 45 minutes. Well, looking at the first half match stats, 55% possession, just like we thought about, Drew. Charleston just trying to hold their own, play counter-attack soccer, 44% possession. And look at these shots, 6-1. Rowdies finally coming alive in the last 20-25 minutes and getting most of their shots during that time. Charleston, on the other hand, well, a well-managed first half. Just 1-0, they're down. And I think in the next 45 minutes, they'll have a chance to get back in the game because they didn't leak as many goals in the first half. Good first half, discipline by Charleston. Rowdies, on the other hand, Leo Fernandez stepping up and putting his team on the back and giving them that one goal lead.
So the Rowdies getting ready to come back on the pitch. And while they do that, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule. June 25th, head to Pittsburgh. Coach Collins will be back on the sideline for that. And then July 2nd, just a couple days before the 4th of July, they welcome in Memphis. That will be a showdown here at Al Lang. Memphis atop the table right now in the East. Back-to-back away matches at Hartford, at Loudoun United, and then Atlanta United 2 comes in here on July 23rd. Another summer of Rowdies soccer. We're thrilled to bring it to you here on ESPN+. Look at the battery, the youngster Joseph Schmidt. First pro season, one of many new faces for Charleston, facing a very experienced, seasoned Rowdy side. Sebastian Dahlgaard, Jake LaCava, and Kosana comes back on. Lewis Hilton as well. See Connor Antley, Aaron Guillen slowly making their way back on the pitch to go with it.
You know, just want to go back to Schmidt. He has one of the hardest tasks tonight. He has to stay with the two number 10s, Leo Fernandez and Jake LaCava, because he's playing right in front of his own back four, and that's where those two number 10s live. They're trying to find that pocket of space. So he has to partner up with Booth, the Jamaican, and try to clog up that space and block those runs by Fernandez and LaCava, who are the most, let's say, direct and skillful players on the pitch for the Rowdies.
You know, coming into tonight, the Rowdies not very impressive against some of the lower tier teams in the East. Only 3 wins, a loss, and 3 draws. They've sort of played down to competition on many occasions this year. So that's what makes tonight's match so important. The matches you should win, especially the ones at home, you got to get those 3 points.
Yeah, and this Charleston team, let's go back to see how tricky they are. One of their draws this season was away to Louisville draw. So it showed, and then they had that 3-0 win against Pittsburgh. It showed that they can step up against these big teams and get results that they want. Again, well-managed first 45 minutes, down a goal against an individual brilliant goal by Leo Fernandez. I thought Charleston did everything right defensively in the first half.
Underway, second half from Al Lang. Charleston now moves from left to right. Van Cusile looking very comfortable in the Rowdies 11. Antley the same, as now Charleston tries to go over the top. Cochran comes out. CJ has not been challenged much in net for Tampa Bay.
Well, Chicharo again making that run through the channel. As Williams came short for the pass, Chicharo went into that space behind him and almost got in.
Hilton able to disrupt that. And now Lucky to LaCava. LaCava trying to fight through. Faroux, who was peppered with shots in the first half for Charleston, trying to clear, and now Tampa Bay will run it down. We escaped the first half of this game without any rainfall. Hope to make it throughout the rest of the night. In that same fashion, there is a massive shower slowly moving its way here down to St. Pete.
So the Felios Drew app is saying that there may be a shower later on. Okay.
Quite possibly.
Felios Drew and Davis Ryan on the broadcast tonight. Just to let you go, it's the upside down broadcast.
Jan Eckert from the center circle. He's taken down. Tremendous tackle. That was by Piggott. And Faroux able to handle it here for the battery. Just 13 goals scored by Charleston coming into tonight. Not the best position to be in, especially in enemy territory. Rowdies, meanwhile, with 27 goals, more than double to their credit. Aaron Guillen with a yellow card. Dahlgaard now near side with it. Lewis Hilton also has a yellow for the Rowdies.
We talked about 27 goals, like you said, Drew, and only 2 from Steven Dos Santos and Seba Guenzati. That's combined. So that means 25 other goals coming from non-center forwards. Or maybe Lucky Amkosana, I should take that back, but most of them from midfield.
Sebastian Dahlgaard attacking. Sheldon looked like he maybe got a piece of the jersey. Ekra was trying to step up, blast it from the top of the box. And Van Kazeel able to control for Tampa Bay. Rowdies will keep possession. Hilton, little space to work with. Those pockets starting to open up. LaCava tried to get it right back to him.
Yeah, great idea by Hilton and LaCava. LaCava's return pass just was not accurate. But I love the link up with the 1-2s in that area of the pitch.
Love the way Ekra's flying across the pitch tonight as well. Jan Ekra, the Frenchman.
Oh.
Integral in the attack. LaCava able to keep it alive. Fernandez trying to turn. Being held once more right in front of the official as Leo just looks at him, asking for a call. Now right side, it's Antley. Antley able to stay on his feet. Antley getting close, near the 6. Oh, LaCava had no shot at it.
Well, great play by Connor Antley. Just tried to put that ball in the mixer in that area where players will come crashing through. Just couldn't find a green and yellow shirt. Again, Charleston staying disciplined with their markers, staying tight to the green and yellow.
Charleston starting to build, or at least trying to, as they cannot afford to be chasing for most of the second half. This is Andrew Booth, young, talented midfielder. Ekra winds up with it. Now Jan Ekra with Fernandez. Van Kazeel and Fernandez back and forth.
But you can see the Rowdies making a concerted effort to be cautious with the ball. Allow this Charleston team to come on to them and then try to get behind the press.
Lawrence Wyke, hard charging as always. Ekra now inside the center circle, finds Fernandez. Beautiful soccer here by the Rowdies. Leo tries to send it to Lucky. Flag will go up, and this run will be blown dead.
Well, Lucky's just a hairline off the mark. All of his runs just seem to be a little too early, Drew, and he's getting himself in offside positions, which sort of holds the offense back. It holds the team back. It takes them out of rhythm.
Well, if you can't watch the match, turn on SiriusXM's FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access, Tuesday nights, 7 Eastern, plus hear live matches from the USL, MLS, English Premier League, and more. All on SiriusXM, FC 157, and the SiriusXM app.
Look at that ball.
Augustine Williams, quality touch. Ball sent in. Charleston trying to knock on the door as Mauro Sachero gets a piece of it. And I believe a Rowdy did as well. So we're going to have finally a corner kick for the visitors. Or will it be a throw-in? Yes, it will be.
Mario Pigot, the Panamanian, wearing the number 10. There's the assistant coach, playing the coach tonight. Doing a great job marshalling the troops.
Coach Stead filling in for the departed Neil Collins. Coach Collins again will be back for the Pittsburgh match next week. Here's Sheldon. Sheldon sends it. Wyke able to tap it out, and now Archer.
Well, Matt Sheldon has had to go up against Seb Dahlgaard defensively for most of the night. Gets a chance to take the ball down to Seb Dahlgaard's part of the living room. And Dahlgaard doing a great job preventing that cross.
Guillen finds Dahlgaard. Sebastian Tries to get it to LaCava. Now Jake in a foot race, as it'll be tapped back to Farouk. Game starting to get more and more physical. Lawrence White there in the exchange. Joseph Schmidt. And now Sachero. Charleston moving quickly here. Piggott. And just overshoots, a little heavy-footed that time. But we are going up and down, certainly.
Yep, see Romario Piggott again, almost threading that ball. He had a great pass. He bent it around the center backs just minutes ago. This time with the outside of the foot. Couldn't get it right, but you can see the vision by the Panamanian.
Dalgard again tries to find Lucky. Lucky just has not been able to shake free. He has been very closely marked since the start. Lawrence White watches Cochran pick it up for the Rowdies. C.J. Cochran, 7 goals conceded this year, 4 clean sheets. The former standout at Georgia State and Atlanta's had quite a pro career, and the Rowdies lucky to have him this year.
Has huge shoes to fill with Evan Lauro leaving the Rowdies last season with a torn ACL. Cochran has done a great job when he's gotten back into the lineup.
Battery trying to find an opening in that Rowdies defense. You saw in the back that time it was Harmon trying to get around Hilton. Hilton got to be careful already with a yellow.
Well, one thing on the scouting report with Harmon is how strong he is, despite being an attacking player out on the wing. So if he has half a step on you, it's going to be hard to shrug him off the ball, as Lewis Hilton just learned.
So free kick here for Charleston. Cochran will direct some traffic here, and on top of it, Romario Piggott. He's got a goal and an assist this year. Very dangerous right foot, though.
He's going to try to put that ball just beyond the penalty spot. There it is.
Got a little bit of curl to it. The head was on. I believe it was Archer. This one is shot, and what a save. Cochran got the right hand on it to deny.
Well, it was the right back, Matthew Sheldon, showing up late, and what a crack that was. Looks like the referee may have blown for an infringement before, but look at the strike by Sheldon. And looks like Aaron Guillen. Yep, and there's Chicharo again, being so physical. What a shot and what a save by Cochran.
Yeah, Mauro Chicharo, you talk about physical. He has certainly let Rowdies players know where he is tonight. As we've got our first sub, Perez, and for Harmon. That's 12 for 19 on the Charleston side. Lucky gets away from Fernandez. Andrew Booth takes it for the Battery. Battery with some good flow here in the second half.
I love the body language by the Battery. We're 11 minutes into this second half, and there's Perez, the man from Cuba, 11 appearances, has an assist this season.
Over the top, Cochran will finally pick it up. This could be one of those nights where a young Charleston team grows up with absolutely nothing to lose and perhaps goes for what would send a shockwave throughout the league if they can somehow get a result. They're down a goal here in the 57th minute.
And it all starts from managing that game in the first. That ebbing, like getting through that sort of storm in the first half, that the Rowdies were running riot on their goal, sort of managing the game despite being down 1-0. It gives them a chance in the second half to get back in.
Redirected, and now Lucky. Looked like for a moment he had a shot. Rowdies still not out of it. Antley Tries the cross. LaCava, look out. Lays it off. Dahlgaard. Seb Dahlgaard. Just outside the 6. Just didn't have the angle. LaCava able to run it down.
Oh. Well, great play by Connor Antley, finding LaCava, who let it run to Dahlgaard, just showing up at that last post, arriving late, Dahlgaard.
You get the feel, Ryan, whoever scores the next goal in this match is going to perhaps win it, or I think the next goal is going to change everything. If the Rowdies score again, I think it's over. I don't see Charleston coming back from 2 down, although 2 down is not safe in USL Championship. But here's another look at the play. Dahlgaard just could not get the angle, but if Charleston scores and is able to pull level, look out.
And that's a credit, like we said, to Charleston. Despite being down 1-0, this game is still hangs in the balance. Like you said, any goal will just completely change this game the other way, 180, a 180-degree turn. Whether it's an equalizer by Charleston or a 2-0 lead for the Rowdies. It's that tight right now. You know, we didn't see touches in the opposition half, opposition box by Charleston, and they still have just that one touch that happened late in the first half, but you can see the difference in the last third so far in the opening 15 minutes of the second half.
Guillen, careful with it. You got Williams lurking. And Casillas played well tonight. Skates pass Connor Antley, and Antley will throw it in on the far side. LaCava able to salvage it for the Rowdies. Nicely done. Fernandez over to Lewis Hilton. Now Van Casillas from the right. Antley, little hesitation to Leo Fernandez. Fernandez again in the crowd. That's how he scored in the first half. This time, though, on the right side. Remember, he's left-footed. He'll send it back out, and it'll be Hilton.
Well, good patience by the Rowdies. Have Charleston chasing back and forth. Look at the wide shoots, though, staying compact, not giving an inch in the middle, and Rowdies have to go outside to find possession.
Van Casillas lets it go. Antley tries to squeeze it through. Long possessions in this match. Both teams really patient. Guillen.
Let's see if Leo Fernandez shows for the ball quickly here as the ball comes back across to the right. Let's see the number 11 get back on the ball here.
Fernandez back to Van Casillas. Rowdies looking so comfortable here on their home pitch. Guillen. Dahlgaard again. Dahlgaard trying to create the angle.
I think Matt Sheldon is now starting to read Seb Dahlgaard now, figuring out which side he's going to go.
This ball serviced in, and it skates across, and I believe it will belong to the battery. Well, Visit Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. You can plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com.
So Seb Dahlgaard, so effective in the opening 60 minutes now, but he took the spot for Jake Armand. Not sure if Jake Armand picked up an injury or not. He remained on the bench, Jake Armand. Not sure if he can give the Rowdies 15 minutes tonight, be that natural left footer on the left side. And maybe take Dahlgaard out with 15 minutes to go.
Ball will belong to the battery, and you got to wonder at this point who will be the first Rowdy to be subbed into this match. A lot of good candidates out there. Tejada available, Jordan Scarlett available as well. Fresh off his call up to the Jamaican men's national team. Battery not done here. Here's Piggott sharing with Cicero. Trying to chip it over. Nice work. Right side. Shot taken and buried. Battery have leveled this thing up.
And that is why you hang around. That's why you manage the game. Despite things not going your way in the first half, Charleston have done everything right in this second half now. And then Romario Piggott again picking out who? Augustin Williams. Beautiful ball by... Look at the ball across the face of the goal, but it was Booth who started it. A key pass and another key pass, this time by Piggott. And an easy finish for Williams. And now Charleston have the momentum. Brilliant display by Charleston Battery, hanging in there despite things not going their way in the end of the first half.
This would be a huge win for Connor Casey, head coach, in his first year for the Battery. Again, one of those moments in the season that could define you and turn your 2022 around. It is on the table for the visitors. Rowdies trying to not let that happen on their watch. Fernandez with Ekra. Lots of open space. Rowdies trying to answer here. Hilton and Antley. Van Kazeel with the cross. This one will be cleared. Williams in a foot race with Wyke.
And they've been knocking on the door the last two games. 3 goals against Indy 11, then a 3-0 win against Pittsburgh. They've shown in the last 2 games that they can get the ball at the back of the net. They can create chances. Great job by Piggott and Williams and Booth.
Now it's LaCava, had it poked away. Rowdies starting to get a little impatient, you feel, on their opportunities. Cicero. And if you are Coach Stead right now for Tampa Bay, Ryan, what is your first substitution? What do you think the Rowdies need a little bit more of right now?
I think Juan Tejada may get a look and bring in for Lucky Amkosana. Lucky's been just off the mark with his runs. But we haven't seen Juan Tejada play that number 9 position though so far this season. May get a chance with that energy. Just maybe for the pressing, Drew. Pressing in the defensive third. Maybe create some sort of disruption and get an easy chance on goal.
Tejada waiting impatiently. Panamanian, such a spark for the Rowdies defensively. Can change the course of a match at any moment. So corner kick once again for the home side. Lewis Hilton. We have got a game, folks. Tied at 1 here in the 66th minute. It's what makes this league so challenging, as this one is blasted by Wyke over the crossbar. Got a team with 2 victories on the year against the Rowdies with 7. You got 8 points against 26 points, and it's anybody's match here heading into the final third of the match.
Correct, and as good and as disciplined as Charleston Battery is in, you want to see a little bit more killer instinct by the Rowdies. Being up a goal, you want to see Leo Fernandez continue on that path that he was on in the first half, creating chances for himself and other people. You want to see Lucky Amkosana make more diagonal runs rather than continuously running north-south. Sort of left to right runs, maybe just to not halt the play and continuously get caught offside, Lucky Amkosana. You want to see some adjustments in the last third by the green and yellow.
Van Kazeel. Just knew that anytime Charleston and Tampa Bay meet up, throw out the records, throw out everything that's happened that year, you know it's going to be a battle from start to finish. Some great games in these franchises' history as Van Kazeel now shares with Ekra. Ekra down the middle of the park where he does his best work. Lost it though.
Unlucky Lucky Amkosana. But Romario Piggott earned that.
You know, you mentioned Lucky being just a hair out of place. And that kind of perhaps goes to the fact that he's in the starting lineup tonight, little against the usual routine. He's so used to coming in late in games. Tonight, he's in for the duration, and he's just been, again, not fully himself from start to finish.
Yeah, he's more used to coming off the bench now and being that spark plug, that super sub. At this stage of his career anyway. I mean, he's a consummate professional, Drew, but still sort of taking him out of his comfort zone now, making him start and taking the responsibility. A forward has a lot of responsibilities, pressing for long periods of time, making runs and not getting any reward. It's a thankless job sometimes playing a center forward.
Lucky upended and will finally get a call. He's worked so hard tonight. And a yellow will be dished here to Joseph Schmidt. And Lucky a little shaken up that time. Had his ankles taken out from under him. Waiting on the Rowdies' first substitution of the match. And it will be Seba Guenzati. And he will replace Emko Sana as soon as his number is called.
Well, El Capitan has a golden opportunity to get his another goal this season and really get his season back on track. He has 22 minutes to put this team on his shoulders like he's done so many times. And Lucky Mpesana put a great shift in. It just wasn't as effective as the coaching staff would have liked him to be in that starting position. Heavy tackle.
Yeah, that drew the yellow for Joseph Schmidt. And good to see Lucky jog off the field. So Seba Guenzati, let's see what he can do here in the 70th minute. Just 2 goals away from becoming the Rowdies' all-time leading scorer. Only 1 goal here in 2022. And that is off the hip of Dalgard. Boy, it would be something if Seba were to come through here late.
Drew, what's his statistics? How much does he have to score to beat Georgia his stuff? 2 goals. Wow.
Would be great to not only get those goals, but have them come in clutch moments. Savor them even more. As Hilton sends it to Antley. Rowdies will possess here again. The goal by Augustine Williams, his 6th of the year, has changed the course of tonight. And we're tied at 1.
What about Romario Piggott, though, and Booth? Beautiful pass by Booth to set up Piggott. And Piggott put the ball where only Augustine Williams could get to it. Oh, look at that tackle by Venkaizil.
Tremendous. Gets it to LaCava. Little life now for the Rowdies. This is Dalgard. He's had some opportunities here. Dalgard up in the air, tried to cross it. No one home. Lawrence Wyke.
Looks like we have A.J. Patterson down on that left-hand side. He's been injury-plagued. Look at the players coming to the referee. Looks like it's Booth again, not Patterson. Here's that play again. Connor Antley around. Here's that slide tackle. Look at Venkaizil coming in high on that tackle over the ball. And I think Charleston Battery players have every right to question the referee. Venkaizil got a piece of the ball, but he came over the ball. That tackle was very, very high.
So Andrew Booth being looked at. We hope he is okay. You know, the USL committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community through the Forever Proud project. The USL strives to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. You can learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. Pride night here in downtown St. Pete. These two teams have certainly entertained, 1 apiece. Tampa Bay and Charleston. 73rd minute, Sebastian Guenzati into the game for the Rowdies. Let's see if he can make a difference as Lucky Mpesana just exited. Rowdies tonight trying for their 8th victory of the season. A win would give them 29 points. They continue to try and make their way up the Eastern Conference. Sebastian Dahlgaard has had a lot of chances tonight. He's been so close, but you know, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
I think he's had a great first half. Second half, I think Sheldon, the right back, has made a lovely adjustment and defending him well 1v1. It's time for Seb Dahlgaard to get back on that left foot and put the ball across the face of the goal, because Sheldon is not allowing him to come in on his right and have a shot.
I make that comment jokingly. Of course, chances are huge in this great game of soccer. But when you have so many of them, eventually you expect one to cash in.
Correct. You can definitely see the energy levels dropping for the Rowdies.
Seba trying to turn, trying to get it through traffic. Oh, nearly got past the keeper, Faroux. He tipped it up, was able to reel it in, and that's the difference Guanzati makes.
Well, like a true center forward, always trying to get the shot off. Just a glimmer, just a slight view of goal in the peripheral, and he lets the shot fly.
LaCava right back to Seba. Oh, just could not gather it in. Seba claps in frustration, wanted that chance.
Mario Pigot is in a great groove right now, getting the ball to his feet. He's confident, tight control, and whenever he has a chance to turn and release, the passes are accurate.
Leyland Archer will get things started here for Charleston. 75th minute. Tries to go over the top once again. Look out. The most dangerous Battery players already with the goal. Augustine Williams. Tampa Bay does not let him get free.
Just looking at that clearance by Dahlgaard, you can see the fatigue setting in. And maybe this is an H2O break.
Now both teams now will head to their sidelines respectively, and a hydration break much needed as temperatures feeling like about 95 degrees on the pitch.
In the shade.
When it's hot, you like to be on a boat. And speaking of boat, at Boat, we make the best gear for you to enjoy life on the water. From paddle boards to floating docks, committed to pushing the boundaries of innovation, style, and design to help you stand apart. Stop by our St. Pete store to get the boat experience. How about that transition?
That was awesome. I love that. So if you go on your boat, Drew, when you do, first drink you pour on your boat as well.
Oof.
First drink, you go to.
I would say a little bit of juice, maybe.
A little juice, yeah.
A little something tropical.
Okay, all right.
See fans in the stadium tonight and talk about the Rowdies. It's been a very eventful few weeks in the front office. We talk about the resignation of Lee Cohen and the difference that he made with this franchise over the past several years. Definitely a different scope. Coach Collins also not at the game tonight. This entire franchise has dealt with some obstacles here in the last few weeks, and they've been able to overcome it.
Well, the foundation has been so solid over the last 3 to 4 years because of President Lee, of course, resigning, and Coach Collins making that partnership together. And now we see, with the president resigning, it's a time for the club to refocus and to redirect in a different direction. As you can see, somebody's having a great time tonight.
And we wish Ryan Helfrich well in his new role, stepping in. Of course, he's got the support of the Rays brass, Brian Auld, Matt Silverman, and company. And we hope to see him succeed and this franchise continue the great success that they've had over the past several years. Tejada checking in for Tampa Bay as the physical play continues with Aaron Guillen again in the mix.
There's the Fox in the box, getting his chance to come on and create some havoc in the last third. But going back to Ryan Helfrich, saw him earlier today. He looked as cool as can be. Looks like he has everything under control. The club is definitely in good hands.
Yeah, Coach Collins, though, emotional when talking about Lee Cohen and what he's meant to the Rowdies on the call this week. It's Tampa Bay with their hands full here, tied at 1 with Charleston in the 78th minute. Fernandez, Guenzati. Rowdies trying to find that extra gear. Keep in mind, no Steven Dos Santos tonight in the lineup for the Rowdies.
Well, with his substitution, he has 2 more for Charleston.
So up off the bench, you got Aiden Apodaca. He's number 17. As you see Romario Piggott head off the field.
Despite being in a good groove, the heat and humidity are for real.
And that's Dominic Aduro on the right side of your screen, the former Tampa Bay Rowdy. You know how excited he's got to be to run back onto this pitch for the first time since departing here from the Rowdies' iconic green and gold.
What a great idea by the coaching staff to put him on now. And this guy, Apodaca, he is lightning in a bottle. He has 2 goals already this season. And he's been dropped lately because of Piggott playing in that number 10 role. But he's very, very adept at playing either center forward or just behind the forward.
And here is Aduro. Had some great years here for the Rowdies. Never really was big on the stat sheet, just consistent, solid, tough as nails.
Had that one terrific goal, Drew, from way outside the box.
Against Carolina?
Yep, a couple years ago. A signature moment for Aduro. Oh.
Gathered in. Battery possibly with a chance here. It's Perez making a difference, and now Aduro trying to settle things for the visitors.
But he snuck right in between the 2 center backs. Couldn't turn on goal.
Ben Gazio. Tipped up by Tejada. Lewis Hilton and the Rowdies. Now down the sideline. Guenzati in the neighborhood as it's tapped out by Leyland Archer.
Just a glimmer of a counter-attack for the Rowdies and a great tackle in the end.
Jan Ekra with Lewis Hilton spinning around, and now Lawrence White. Rowdies looking for that spark. Who is going to provide it? Jan Ekra.
You can see the apologies by Connor Antley trying to find Juan Tejada despite being the fresh legs. And the pass was way too far for the number 9. Just looking at the body language right now, Drew, I have to say Charleston, with the substitutions that they've made, look to be just a little sharper.
Well, don't miss a minute of the action in 2022, whether your club is on the road or at home. Nearly every second of USL Championship action is on ESPN+. The home to USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at plus.com, ESPNplus.com. Leo Fernandez. LaCava trying to shake free. There is the diving Faroux to douse the flame.
Another pass, just a couple feet too far for the forward, and you see Leo Fernandez coming back to that left midfield position, while LaCava and Juan Tejada playing in number 10 positions behind Seba Guenzati.
No, it's funny, remember last season how draws were so rare for the Rowdies. It was either a win or a loss. Here we are this year, 15 matches in, and 5 of them have been draws.
Yeah, and I think that goes back to the point that you made with Seb Guenzati and Dos Santos. Only 2 goals so far this season. Imagine getting your number 9 play or production. I think it turns a lot of those draws into wins, Drew.
Joseph Schmidt play well tonight. White trying to shield off. Augustine Williams. Official flying in. Both players will get a little talking to. I think the key moment in this match was after the Rowdies' first goal. Looked like Tampa Bay was on the cusp of maybe going up 2 or even 3-0. And Charleston really dug in, were able to sort of halt that momentum, slowly get it back. They didn't panic. And then finally in the second half, getting the big goal by Williams to pull even.
Well, let's talk about big chances created, though. I mean, we look at Lewis Hilton creating that big chance for LaCava that was not converted. But it took a moment of brilliance by Leo Fernandez to open the account. That's a testament to Charleston. They've stayed disciplined. They've kept with their markers. They've stayed compact. And then they've created a big chance of their own in which Augustine Williams converted. So the Rowdies have really only created one big chance, and which LaCava didn't convert. And of course, Leo Fernandez with that brilliant goal. But, you know, Charleston have matched them with that one big chance as well.
Ball will be awarded to the Battery here in the 84th minute. Still plenty of soccer to go here. Little tug by Wyke. Rowdies will place it down and now get back defensively. Lawrence Wyke, pointed out by Coach Collins about how well he has played this year. He has been that guy, you put him anywhere, he'll get the job done, and he'll do it 110%. Just incredible effort by 27.
You know, we talk about defensive solidarity and influence in the game just defensively. Charleston Battery has given up 70% possession to the Rowdies over the last 15 minutes. That's how much the Rowdies have had the ball, 70%. And still Charleston are managing this game and still on the front foot defensively, pressing high, not allowing the Rowdies any sort of room, as you can see, to get comfortable. And here they are, getting the ball now in the center circle.
You can hear Skyway Casuals, Ralph's mob, trying to create the atmosphere, set the Rowdies up here for the stretch run. LaCava ahead of everybody, takes the shot on the ground, knocked down by Faroux.
Ralph's mob loves that play by LaCava. And they are singing and demanding a goal right now. Great early ball by Connor Antley. Jake LaCava, so confident on his weaker left foot. Does everything right, goes across the keeper's body, hoping for a deflection. Great safe hands by Faroux.
Fernandez, the lone goal tonight for the Rowdies. LaCava could not collect. Ball will sail out, and there'll be a goal kick coming up for Faroux. And Jordan Scarlett, fresh off his call up for the Jamaican men's national team here to enter. You got to wonder the week that he has had participating in CONCACAF, and now about to enter for Connor Antley here in the 87th minute.
A man from Montego Bay has visited Montego Bay and come back to us in St. Pete. What a moment, what a week for him. Of course, thoroughly deserved. Always leads this team in tackles, engaging. High percentage in passing out of the back. So Jamaica has themselves a centre back for now and the future.
Chance to suit up in that Nations League match. Did not actually enter, but you got to think just the experience being there. He has waited for it his entire life.
This man, Booth, another Jamaican, has spent a lot of time on the ground. Been on the end of some tough tackles. The number 7. He didn't set up the goal. He wouldn't get the assist, but he was the pass before the pass. He opened up Piggott, who then created the chance for Williams to score.
Late whistle this time. Rowdies players getting frustrated here.
Drew, have you ever flew into Montego Bay?
Never.
You come over the Blue Sea and your runway is right next to the ocean. So you think you're going to land in the ocean and all of a sudden the runway appears. You certainly have to earn your pilot license to land in that area.
That's probably why I haven't done it. And probably never will.
What am I saying, Drew? It's Felios Drew tonight. It's the upside down broadcast tonight. Felios Drew, Davis Ryan on the broadcast.
Connor Casey doing a great job leading this Charleston side. Battery trying to go for the win. Just one touch away.
Connor Casey? Who's that? I thought it was Casey Connor.
Fernandez and the Rowdies try and build from the back here. Wantahata is in off the bench. So is Seba Guenzati. He's passing a little sloppy from the home side. Here come the Battery. Charleston crosses. Look out. Shot taken, deflected off the back of Guillen. And the Rowdies dodge a huge bullet.
Well, with the high press that's been happening for the entire 89 minutes so far, eventually they get a counter press situation. The Rowdies pushing up the field. And then the ball gets to Booth in point blank position and he finds the number 33 right into the numbers. And it goes wide. What an opportunity for Andrew Booth to steal the show in the last minute.
Corner kick coming from the Battery. Rowdies trying to hang on here and possibly get another chance and get a result here. We're going to have significant extra time here to wrap this one up. Wyke able to take it away. Now Wantahata. The Rowdies looking for a little magic here in the final minutes. LaCava along the line, and we're going to have 6 minutes of extra time. 6 minutes. Tampa Bay and Charleston tied at 1.
I'm not sure what referee Karma is doing, but that was one of those professional fouls where they came flying into Lawrence Wyke, and there was no card brandish. Very odd decision.
Over the last 20 minutes, Rowdies offensively very choppy, not a lot of rhythm, and really having a hard time just completing passes, which was not the case for about the first 2/3 of this match. Guenzati can change it in the blink of an eye. Looking for some kind of contact.
Credit to Kilwine and Leland Archer. They've pressed high the entire night.
Now Fernandez.
Which means that those two center backs have had to cover 1v1 for most of the night. Anytime the Rowdies try to take advantage of that space behind, those two center backs have been in the hip pockets of LaCava, Guenzati, and Posana. Great job by the two center backs of Charleston tonight.
Fernandez gets to the end line, tries to cross it in. Ball sent up in the air. It's Lewis Hilton. Hilton puts it up in the air. Right, goalie comes out. Goal open temporarily. Tampa Bay trying to get another bite of the apple. Place down, Charleston will have possession.
Well, Farouk again showing his confidence in getting to cross balls. Again, another strong punch, taking the pressure off of his center backs now and his defenders. And now it's a bit of time management.
Yeah, by the looks of it, I think Charleston would be satisfied leaving here with a draw.
Correct.
As some of their players start to feel the effects of 92 minutes plus on a 95-degree feeling like field here tonight in downtown St. Pete. It certainly takes a toll.
Yeah, well, this young man, Joseph Schmidt, his first season in the USL, cramping up. And who can blame him? It's been a long, humid, muggy night in St. Pete.
Schmidt helped off. And we'll have another sub here. It's going to be Tristan Weber. He'll come on here in extra time.
Well, Weber usually plays left back or left midfield.
So it's Weber in for Schmidt. Weber, one of those guys, kind of like the Juan Tejada version of Charleston. Very pesky, does a little bit of everything.
Yep.
Like a thorn in your side.
Looks like he's going to go to that left-hand side where Harmon started the game in the 4-2-3-1, that left midfield position. Tristan Weber. Look at that press by Charleston. Relentless, led by Williams.
Tejada and Ekra trying to bring it out for Tampa Bay. Well, losing it. There's Tejada coming through. Crowd appreciates his effort.
But there's no runs in behind the back four to make Charleston pay for committing. When Charleston commit like that, there needs to be runs in order to find that space behind the defense.
Tejada jockeying for position, and now Adoro playing against his former team. Andrew Booth on the ground trying to get it ahead as we go side to side here, playing 100 miles an hour. Which team going to create an opportunity? Lawrence Wyke trying to do that for the Rowdies. And the Rowdies should have a corner kick here. Lewis Hilton trots over to make it happen.
Well, with Jordan Scarlett in the lineup now, Lawrence Wyke could go up to midfield. And boy, is he industrious, heading up the road and trying to create a chance. You can see Jordan Scarlett now heading up into the 18-yard box for this corner kick.
Crowd sensing the opportunity, ball sent in. Saw a player elevating there. I believe it was Scarlett. Van Kazeel chases it down. And now here's Wyke. Wyke, a line drive. Deflected out. Aaron Guillen will handle it. Looked like possible handball. Wyke fights right through the defense. Trying to square one up. Right side. A little bit of an opening there. Guenzati into traffic. And it deflects right out to Lewis Hilton.
Again, Lawrence Wyke, that bravery, that inventiveness, driving the ball down right through the middle of the park, finding some space for Guenzati, but again, compact, not allowing Guenzati to get a shot off.
Should have a little more than the 96th minute here to operate. So one, maybe two chances left for the Rowdies. Charleston, you sense, trying to hang on here for the draw.
You can see Aaron Guillen looking for some outlets, but a lot of tired legs there.
Good place to go there. Tejada now with some open space. Juan Tejada through traffic. Taking that number 9 inside the 18. He got close. Tejada looks like he may have took a shot underneath the lip. He looks like possibly could be bleeding as Guillen sets it to Fernandez. We're over 96 minutes in now. Leo inside the 18, little shuffle. LaCava is denied.
What a tackle by Preston Kilwine. Look at this beautiful play. Fernandez into LaCava's path, and look at this guy come out of nowhere and save Furrow and save Charleston.
Possibly the last chance for the Rowdies. Lewis Hilton puts it in play. It will be sent out. Tampa Bay will run it down with Guillen. Hilton sends it middle of the crowd. Oh, the header was there. Just could not put it on frame. LaCava has given everything to try and give the Rowdies a lead. But tonight, it is just not meant to be. Full time, 1-1. Charleston and Tampa Bay. Credit the visitor. They gave the Rowdies all they can handle here tonight. Seba Guenzati comes on. Rowdies will have to settle for the tie. We'll wrap things up from Al Lang Stadium when we come back.
We help our patients live life without pain.
I help patients get back on their feet.
Getting my patients moving moves me.
I help patients go through orthopedic surgery smoothly.
I help patients take their first steps after hip replacement.
It's not just an ID badge, it's a badge of honor. Learn why 98% of our patients are walking within 24 hours of surgery at BayCareTotalJoint.org.
Every day, I help patients live happier lives.
BayCare, humanity at work.
50 years of automotive excellence doesn't just happen. It's built on a commitment to that excellence, and we wouldn't change a thing. I'm excited to announce Reeves Import Motor Cars is now part of the Morgan Auto Group family, giving you an unparalleled buying and service experience that's uniquely Morgan, like the Experience More guarantee at no additional cost. But it's more than selling you a vehicle. It's the experience, the lifestyle. Introducing the all-new Morgan Import Motor Cars. Experience the lifestyle today. When you make it Morgan, we make it happen.
Tampa Bay and Charleston battle to a 1-1 draw here at Al Link Stadium. Some thrilling moments in the final moments of this match, but a victory not in the cards for the Rowdies. Fast and furious, Leo Fernandez, a phenomenal goal in the first half.
Well, one of the goals of the season and one of the goals of the week here, Leo Fernandez, just an individual brilliance, takes on 3 players and just buries this one in the bottom corner to give the Rowdies a 1-0 lead.
Then it was Augustine Williams getting behind Van Kazeel, putting it through, tying it all up in the 63rd minute. Rowdies would have chances down the stretch. This little play, Fernandez and LaCava, they've hooked up so many times this year, but the great defense by the battery. And got to give credit to Preston Kilwine, who played in this Rowdy system, making a big play down the stretch.
Game-saving tackle by Kilwine, and it just shows, it encapsulates Charleston Battery's resilience tonight. It just shows everything that they did tonight with effort and discipline, and it's earned them a hard 1-1 draw in our Lang Stadium. 60% to 40%. We expected that at the start of the game. 14 shots to 6. It just showed again their resilience and brilliant goalkeeping by Farrow in the second half.
9 corner kicks for Tampa Bay, just 1 for the battery. But Charleston making their chances count in the second half. Upcoming games for Tampa Bay. The slate looks like this: at Pittsburgh next week. And the Rowdies will be thrilled to welcome back their head coach, Neil Collins. Then at home, just before the 4th of July against Memphis, on the road for 2 at Hartford and Loudoun. And then Atlanta United on July 23rd. Hope you enjoyed it tonight. Rowdies have to settle for the tie. It was certainly fun on Pride Night here in downtown St. Pete. Much more Rowdy soccer to come in 2022. Hope you enjoy the ride with us. For our phenomenal crew and Ryan Davis, I'm Drew Felio saying so long from Al Lake Stadium.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Thank you, boys. That was some bad shit there.